Hey you, I'm Anissa. Welcome to Liberate. Today I'm going to talk about my experience going to a spinal energetics workshop. Maybe you've heard about spinal energetics, but if you have not, it's a healing modality that's non-invasive. It's focused on helping you regulate your nervous system, and it does this through focusing on your energetic centers. It helps you create a clearing, and it borrows from both Eastern and Western traditions, brings them together beautifully, and my experience was so good. So I wanted to share it with you what it was. And for those who are already familiar with spinal energetics, maybe you know that it's powerful and it doesn't require a substance. It is just you and your body allowing spaciousness to be healed. We all have feminine energy, Kundalini energy. It can be described in so many ways, but this powerful energy within ourselves that allows for unclearing, purification, unblocking of blocked chakras or energies that are stagnant and unhealed within us. Sometimes we feel like we have to think our way out of issues and problems and traumas, but sometimes our body also needs to just feel its way through those and process them and let it go. So, working with the right practitioner matters a lot. I am not a medical professional, but for those who know me, I'm a somatic coach, self-liberation and somatic coach, and I focus on helping people learn their body's wisdom, reclaim their inner power, and build a purpose-led life because so many of us are blocked from reaching our highest potential, operating as our highest self because of residue, things in the past, so many fears that we accumulate that start to impede our ability to move forward as new people. So this modality has to be practiced by a really skilled practitioner. And if they come from a chiropractic background, that's awesome. If they come from Eastern tradition lineage, that's awesome. But they have to be the right practitioner for you. And so I hope that you can trust in your intuition and moving forward. And for those who are current subscribers, thank you for welcoming me back. And for those who are new, please hit the subscribe button and stick along to see all of the latest uploads. I'm definitely pulling from my Substack these days, it's the latest. So let's get into the story over there so that you can learn more about this experience. I have some great infographics and it's more educational in this format. So let's get into it. Remember to shake shit off. My POV on spinal energetics, on allowing healing practices to change us from the inside out. We're about to hit afternoon traffic. We rush into the car and take off to a workshop I'd been looking forward to all week. A few months prior, I had a remote healing experience that I was now ready to immerse myself in person. We made our way to the yoga studio right before the doors closed. We positioned ourselves in the back towards the wall, and the privacy turned out to be an added bonus as it kicked off. That practitioner had us lie down and informed us of what was ahead. For some of you, this might feel like a nap, but for others, the body might begin energetically unblocking, and this may be transformational, she warned. Dee, dee, dee. For me, the 2 hours would look like my spine gyrating and twisting, moving in different positions, and movements that create a release of energy in my chakras. What felt like trapped, stagnant energy would be surrendered. Having gone through Kundalini awakening, where I felt Shakti moving me into different postures, asanas, and creating this level of purification in my body, I was fully ready for it. I knew my partner was also open to this kind of experience, but every so often I would check in on him nonetheless. Emotionally evocative music played as a group of 30 of us were guided into breath work, breathing from our deep belly through our diaphragm and into our heart, one hand on each. Then, four women moved around the room, offering hands-on touch and adjustments, while also giving us space for our bodies to do their natural release. It was a spinal energetics workshop. It lasted 2 hours, and on the other side of it, I felt renewed. Spinal energetics is a gentle, non-invasive practice that works with the spine, nervous system, and energetic field, drawing inspiration from both Eastern and Western traditions. In my experience, it is connected to something more timeless than our modern interpretations of healing. The Kundalini energy, aka feminine energy that exists within all of us, can become self-generative and restore our wholeness when we learn to access its potential. In plain language, It's accessing your body's natural ability to let go of shit, grievances, wounds, words left unsaid, trauma, and more. The bliss I experienced on the other side of this workshop reminded me of the feeling of rebirth I've experienced after dark nights of the soul. On the other side of rock bottom is often shedding the residue, letting go of anything that blocks us from feeling love. What I love about this healing modality is that it moves at your pace. There is no substance, there is only your body allowing you to let go of shit, or not, at the pace at which you feel comfortable surrendering. So, why is something like spinal energetics so feared? Well, it can look a lot like an exorcism. It can look like someone who isn't in control. Spontaneous movements, people arching their back, twist, tremble, or jerking, seemingly outside of their conscious control. Emotional catharsis, uncontrolled sobbing, laughing, shouting, or deep gasping can erupt suddenly during a session. Unseen forces. Practitioners may wave their hands around or near the body without physically manipulating it, making the body's reaction look supernatural to outside observers. I had to Google these reasons because to me, it doesn't seem so strange. It feels like surrender. It feels like something the body should be able to do if given the spaciousness. So here are our chakra centers, and I highly recommend checking out the Substack directly to look through these in detail. Healing workshops and immersions like this are becoming increasingly needed at a time where there is such a need for deep nervous system resets. We're overstimulated, we're busy dealing with nonsense, we're operating as a culture from survival mode, caught in distractions, spiraling into negative emotions, and unable to climb out of them gracefully, unable to transmute our experiences into wisdom. And yet, this alchemy of transmutation is our secret power. In all of us, there is the ability to turn the coal of our lives into a diamond. That doesn't mean we should run towards pain continuously. It means that we don't have to fear the waves of suffering that life inevitably brings. We need to trust in our resilience again. The wellness space has become a multi-billion-dollar industry, is often focused on treating symptoms rather than addressing root causes. So I share this as a reminder. The body keeps the score, and I believe the body keeps the release. We can get to the root of our pain, and we can move on from it. We can be blissful and happy, not because life is easy, but because we can do hard things. After the workshop, I wasn't running to sign up for more healing, though I'll likely return to spinal energetics seasonally. I was living. I carried that feeling of love into spaces where people were in low energy states, and I felt more able to share love. I was more connected to my creativity. I was more able to be a presence of my highest self. It takes re-upping and reinforcement, and I know we inevitably dip in and out of these states, but we deserve to feel pleasure of feeling the highs, the natural highs of this life experience. Life opens up when we let go of our baggage. It's an inside job that sustains our outer experience of levity, fun, sensuality, connection, pleasure, creation. Anyway, I've been riding this high for a while now, and I'll remember to re-up down the line. Grateful that we don't need to figure out every issue mentally to move on. Grateful we can just shake shit off and trust our body can handle what's ahead. Wishing you more of the goodness. Love, Anissa. That's the Substack article, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my experience around giving ourselves the spaciousness to feel through things. It's a really non-magical practice in so many ways. We're focusing on breathing, then we were focused on connecting inward, going into a meditative state, and then the practitioners went around and touched us gently and created these openings that were probably deeply intuitively guided and allowed us to have these deep releases, but no psychedelics, no substances. It was very powerful because that's what the body wants to do in its highest state of being. It wants to heal, and it has the power to do the healing on its own. I love this. This is why I love so much that's oriented towards nervous system regulation, because our body has so many keys to support us in moving forward. And I teach and coach on learning your body's wisdom. So if you're interested in working with me, I'd love to hear from you. See the links below. And regardless, I'll be seeing you soon. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you being here.